Hello. Hello. Hello, hello. 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 Hello, you. Hello. Hello. Alright. I'm gonna make a legitimately quick video, which is pretty unusual. And it's all about opportunity. So, someone who is able to spot opportunity, it's amazing. Like, what it all comes down to really is creativity, believe it or not. And creativity has a lot to do with abstract thinking in a really strange way. Which way does the GPS want me to go? I'm going to go this way. Are you turning? Are you going straight? So, if you haven't seen it already, you should look at that video that I made on listening, because it explains the subconscious and how it learns and how it creates connections and all this sort of stuff. Let's turn that aircon on, baby. But yeah, I won't go into it now, but you have a thing called the reticular activation system, and basically what it is it's basically what you are focusing on. All the things you focus on. If you focus on positive things in your life, or you focus on negative things, or you hear a V8 and then you're like, holy shit. Or if you don't react to V8 cars, then that's not part of your reticular activation system. So it's like when you hear gossip, you're like, ooh, what are they talking about? Or you hear your name, everyone's like tuned into their name. So when they hear their name said, everyone turns their head, gets like their attention, you know? So that's that. And opportunity, being able to witness opportunity, I would say that's slightly different to being opportunistic. But anyway, is the ability to view resources in a useful way. For example, me, I will, if anyone's ever spent any length of time getting to know me and doing things with me, you pretty quickly learn that I'll see things and be like, oh, that could be really cool. You could use that for this. Or you could use that for that. Or, oh, look, that looks like the perfect piece of metal that I can use to build a thing, right? That's sort of how my brain operates. And so, with that being said, that's my ability to see resources everywhere that are useful to me. That provides me with a lot of opportunity. When I talk to people and I hear, oh, they do this for a living, I'll be like, oh, okay. I'll get genuinely interested, because I'm like, oh, this sounds like I don't need their services right now, but maybe I will in the future, or maybe someone I know will in the future, right? Bit of flappy skin. I don't like that. A cut. So I get, and that then makes me more social, because I'm genuinely interested in most things that people do, because I can see, for example, I got a friend who specializes in nails, right? And she used to show me all these different, every time there was a new type of paint, she'd be like, oh, Chris, I thought of you. I thought you might like this. And I'd look at it and be like, ooh, you could totally use that and paint a small part with it, because you can actually dilute, nail polish is actually really, really chemically similar to car paint, and you can water it down and use it out of an air gun and paint things with it. Obviously, it's not a lot of paint, you can't do much with it, but once you dilute it, you know, it might be 3 times more paint, so 50 mils becomes 150 mils, or even 200 mils, depends on how thick the coats are going to be. And this is an example of being able to see resources that you didn't see before, right? And so I'm thinking like this. All the time I'm thinking like this. And by no means am I like I see every single cool thing that I could be involved in, but it certainly helps. And you know, I get people tell me I never would have thought of doing that. It's because I'm always playing this little game with me, and the game that I'm with myself, and the game that I'm actually playing is called, oh, that's just like ... That's just like ... And basically what you do, and do this like whenever you have a moment by yourself, or if you're really adventurous, like have a game with your friend if you're with them, you know, you're hanging out. And it's a game that's all about free association, and it's about basically the way the game works is you think, I'm looking at a green light, green traffic light right now. That's just like the forest, because the forest is pretty green, right? The forest, I was just on a roof that is covered in lichen, and lichen is green, so it's just like lichen. The forest is like lichen. It probably has lichen in it. Lichen is actually part fungus, so it's kind of like a mushroom. It's like algae and mushroom mixed together. That's what lichen is. That's on your roof and stuff like that. You know, mushrooms. That's a food ingredient. You can cook with mushrooms. You know, cooking is satisfying. Building speakers is I find quite satisfying as well. Speakers remind me of physics and how I hallucinate sound waves coming through the air, and sound waves have very, very similar properties to light waves in a lot of ways. So it can explain the double slit experiment, and I could go on. And double slit, that reminds me of like where you put your coin in the arcade machine, you see. And the more abstract you can get, if you can start saying happiness, that reminds me of yellow, and yellow reminds me of the sun, and the sun reminds me of summer, and summer reminds me of being outdoors, and outdoors reminds me of going camping, and camping reminds me of this and that and the other, going on and on, doing this free association thing, as well as like it's training your mind to build connections where there weren't connections before. And if you do it all the time, you just have a little giggle, have a little play this little game with yourself, and it's kind of funny. Wow, you guys are so dumb. Just walk in front of a car. You know, that's that game. That'll train your mind to do that. It'll help you as well in social situations. As a side effect, it'll help you in social situations because it'll give you the ability to free associate and think of things to say. So there's less awkward silence because you can just, that's just like that. We were just talking about that the other day, and we came to the conclusion of blah, blah, blah. You know, you can come up with these ideas. And what it does in the grand scheme of things is if you can see situations in this kind of really strange way, it'll give you the ability to see opportunities where you would not have normally seen opportunities. It's a bit abstract, but here's the thing as well. When you're playing this little game with yourself, the stranger the connection, the better. The stranger the connection, the more out there the connection, the better the better it is. As long as you can sort of explain it a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you can explain it a little bit, then it's perfect, right? Because it'll build these connections, and that's what artists are able to do. Artists are able to, for example, synesthesia. Synesthesia is basically the concept of being able to like associate one sense with another. So a sound, like nails on a chalkboard, everyone knows what that feels like. It feels like this, right? Everyone knows what that feeling that you get in your body. You're like, or like, some people love soup on a cold day, and that soup reminds them of winter, of being rugged up, of being really cozy, right? I don't know. The more abstract you can get, the cooler, the better the connections that it will program into your mind. Okay, really cool. It's a very cool little game to play, and I actually got it from a book, and I recommend everybody gets the book. It's a book called Opportunity by a really cool dude named Eban Pagan. Eban Pagan. It's kind of hard to say and remember, but yeah, it's an excellent book. If you guys want a link to it, I think I can sneak a sneaky PDF, and you can get a copy of it for free if you ask, if you want it. If you don't ask. But it's an absolutely incredible book. It's about this thick. Like he sent me a free copy of it, and it's about this thick, and it's all about being able to see opportunities everywhere. How to train your mind to see opportunities absolutely everywhere. It's incredible, and he's quite an open-minded dude, but he's also a multi-millionaire marketer, basically. He's a brilliant man. Used to teach dating many moons ago. That's pretty much how he got started. I'm sick of real estate. I'm going to get into teaching dating to people, how to be a good date and all that sort of fun stuff. So really, really cool guy, and yeah, really good book. I recommend everyone gets a copy of it, and let me know if you need a copy. I'll go through my emails and see if I can find the PDF version of it. But yeah, that's basically it. It's a pretty short little video, little 12-minute video, but yeah, look all this stuff up and play that little game with yourself. What it'll do is it'll help your mind see resources where it didn't see resources before. Again, sorry, I was going to say about artists. The concept of being able to paint how you feel. So, like, that in itself is synesthesia. Painting, creating an image of how you feel, right? Using imagery to express how you feel in your body, in your mind, or whatever. Your thoughts into images, right? A musician going from thoughts, feelings into sound, making aggressive guitar sounds, or chilled out piano melodies, or whatever it is that you're doing, you know. That's synesthesia. That's basically an acceptable form of synesthesia. Geez, that's a hard word to say. And yeah, it's something that if you can do it on purpose, it's really good. If it happens unintentionally, that's a tricky thing to deal with in life. I've read all sorts of stories, but anyway, that's that. Read the book, find the book, let me know about it, let me know what you think of it, and it will blow your mind. But in the meantime, every spare moment you have, if you can find someone else that you can do it with and make it a game, make it fun, you'll probably get a lot more out of it. Yeah, I think that looks good. Maybe I should have moved that over there, move the GPS thing there, and then I can, maybe when I look at it, like I'm looking at it now, it might look a bit more like I'm looking at the camera, like I'm looking at you cute person. Oh my god. Anyway, enjoy your day. Enjoy the shit. Enjoy the shit out of your day, mother fudder. Yilla.